What's up, all my musicians out there? On this DistroKid tutorial, I'm going to show you basically how to upload songs onto DistroKid. One, I'm going to show you some kind of cool tips and tricks. And two, basically I'm going to show you basically how easy it is and why DistroKid is easy still the best music distributor, especially for independent musicians, hands down. So I'm actually going to upload my song to Suguru Shimizu. Basically it's a kind of like a Japanese electro house cinematic song I made. I'll show you a mini preview for some shameless self-promotion. Kind of show you like around the drop, I guess. These like the Shimizu from Japan. Alright, so I'm going to be uploading this right now, actually. I'm about to release this song. So first off, I have my song. It's in WAV, so make sure you have it in basically the highest quality. And then obviously I have basically my picture. In terms of artwork, I've already done a video about the DistroKid artwork requirements, but the biggest thing is obviously make sure it's a square, make sure you have the rights to everything in the artwork, so on and so forth. So basically I have what I need. I have the song and the album cover. So let's go to DistroKid. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go here, and as you can see, I've already uploaded a bunch of songs. So I'm then going to go to Upload. Now, this is why I love DistroKid, because on every other platform I've tried, whether it's CD Baby or TuneCore or any of the other ones, this has been a nightmare. DistroKid makes this so easy. So first off, you have your services. I wouldn't touch any of these. Just leave them where they are, right? Because they're all checked, and why not hinder yourself by kind of unchecking any of these? So just leave it. Next thing is number of songs. This is a single. Obviously, I'm releasing an album or an EP. I'm going to select more. Previously released, so let's say, in the case, let's say if you were on CD Baby and you upload the song, now you're taking it down, you can do that. Next is artist and band name. I always leave this as the way it is, because obviously I release songs under my last name, which is Ferchero. That's my artist name. Now, if this is your first time uploading, you are going to have to type in a custom name, so keep that in mind. Next, I have artists already in Apple Music, artists already in Spotify. This is basically there because, obviously, I release songs under Ferchero every time. Now, let's say if this is your first time uploading a song ever, and your artist name is Joe Schmo. Now, when you upload that, this will basically say something along the lines of like, hey, there are other Joe Schmoes on Spotify. There are other Joe Schmoes on iTunes. Are you one of those Joe Schmoes, or do you want to create a new artist profile? So one thing I want to say is that, and this is a big question I get a lot with DistroKid, is does DistroKid create the artist profiles for you or not on platforms? And yes, they do. So if it's your first time uploading and you have a custom name, make sure you spend a while to think about a good name that's very custom to you. Because if there is anybody else with that same name, it's not gonna be easy, just being honest. So make sure you have a custom name, and then it will create a Spotify profile for you. It will create an Apple Music one. It's gonna create an iTunes one, an Amazon one. So you don't have to worry about that. Next is release date. Now, I can set a custom release date in the future, but I'm just gonna release this right now. Next, I have pre-order. Again, I'm not doing any kind of custom release dates in the future where they can pre-order it. I'm just gonna release it basically as is right now. Record label, if you do basically the Musicians Plus account on DistroKid, you can create your own record label, which I suggest everyone should do. It's an extra $20 a year. And in case you don't know, DistroKid is $20 a year for unlimited uploads. You keep 100% of the profits. The tricky thing with that, being honest, with like the basic account, is that the record label you release under is DistroKid, which to me, I just wasn't the biggest fan of. Sorry, DistroKid, but I just didn't like the fact that it says, oh, I released this under DistroKid. So I basically made up my own record label name. I just call it Meta Music Records. I'm the only one on it, so maybe someday I'll actually blow it up into a bigger record label. But for now, that works. The next thing I'm going to do is upload basically my album cover. So I'm going to go to my desktop. I'm going to select Suguru, and boom. So now I have that there. Next, I'm going to go basically to the genres. Now, you can select a primary and a secondary. This is completely optional, but you do have to select a genre. One big thing I want to say is a quick side note, especially for any of my DJs or electronic musicians, there is a platform called Beatport. Every EDM artist knows what Beatport is, but in case you don't know, Beatport's basically like the iTunes or the Amazon or the Spotify just for electronic music. In order to be on Beatport, because DistroKid can release music on Beatport, you have to first select electronic, and then you can select a subgenre. If, like, say you're like, well, you know what? I'm a DJ, but this song's more hip-hop. What you'd have to do is select electronic first, even if it's more, like, say, more hip-hop related, and then select hip-hop. So obviously this song that I just showed you is kind of like a blend of like world music, cinematic music, and electro house. So I'm probably going to put electro house as the electronic subgenre, right? So that's my main genre, is electro house under electronic. And then secondary genre, I'm just going to put world, right? Now you don't have to do a secondary genre, but especially for this song, I feel like it is a big duality and a huge blend of house or electro house and world. So I'm just going to leave it as that. Next thing is I'm going to title the song. So I'm going to Suguru and then Shimizu. Just make sure I'm spelling that right. Let me do this, just make sure. Okay, yeah, okay. So I'm gonna make sure, yeah, because I always like to double check, like, especially if you look at my, like, history, like, I was looking up different things for shamizens and, good things for the artwork. So that's what I'm gonna basically call it. Next I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the audio file. Obviously, on this point, I already have it on my desktop. I'm gonna select Tsuguru, and there it is. Now, granted, I call this Tsuguru. You don't have to, like, make sure it's the same audio file. You know, obviously, as you can see, I actually put Tsuguru then Shamizen. The biggest thing, though, is make sure that on your artwork, this matches the title. DistroKid will actually reject it if your artwork seems a little bit different in terms of the titling than your actual release itself, right? So I'm gonna do this. Songwriter, obviously I wrote the song. You know, it's not a cover. You can release covers on DistroKid, but this is my own. Songwriter's real name, so I'm just gonna do this. Mark Richard Ficero is my full name. Then I have explicit lyrics. No. This is radio edit. No. The song contains lyrics. Not really, so I'm gonna say this song contains no lyrics. The preview clip start time. So this is like, say, if you want to show, for example, on EDM, the drop. I find, not always, but typically for, like, as it says here, like TikTok, Apple Music, and iTunes, they're usually pretty good at finding, like, the best point. So I usually just leave that as is, you know, being honest. Then track price, I just leave it at 99 cents. Again, it's just a single. Now it's on to the extras. There's a lot of good extras and a lot of bad. The two good ones that I love, on the Instagram and Facebook, it's free. So there's no reason why you shouldn't check this. Next one is Shazam and iPhone Siri. In case you don't know, Shazam or iPhone Siri is essentially, like, say someone's out at a bar or a club or a venue or at that party, basically somewhere, and they hear your song. And they're like, whoa, this is a good song. I want to find out what the song is. They pull up Shazam or iPhone Siri, hit a button, and then essentially it will tell them what that song is. I suggest doing this because there's an extra $1 per year per song. And it's just so much world. Like, I was surprised when I went to my Shazam analytics, and I've never done this before, but I went to my Shazam analytics, and I was like, hey, you know what? Maybe some people Shazam my songs, especially me being, you know, an electronic musician. Maybe someone's at a club, and, like, say a DJ drops one of my songs. Maybe some people has done it, I don't know. There were thousands of Shazams all around the world for my music, and I was like, whoa, like, that's thousands of people who have now discovered my music through this. So the extra $1 a year, 100% worth it. Now, the store maximizer, I'm gonna be honest, don't do this one. The reason why is I actually try this out. It's basically $8 a year because what happens is DistroKid constantly adds in new basically stores where you can basically upload your music, and that's amazing. You know, they're constantly like, hey, we have this new platform that's out there that we connected with, so now we're gonna put your music on that. What the store maximizer does is automatically takes your music and automatically gives it to that store. I suggest not doing that because there's been times where I've done that and paid the extra $8 a year for some of my releases, and they don't even send it to the stores. So I'm like, wait a minute. That's the whole point. I'm paying for this, so you automatically send it to the new stores, and you're not. And also, even if you have already released a song and they add a new store into their library, you can just do it manually. Yeah, it might take you a couple minutes, but it's super easy to do. The last one is to leave a legacy. I don't do this one either. This is basically saying that if, let's say, for whatever reason, you're not able to pay your DistroKid fees, typically your songs get removed from the stores. So for this, it's basically $29, a one-time fee for a single, or I think it's $49 for an album. And basically what it'll say is, look, no matter what happens, even if, like, say, you know, your credit card goes under, if, like, say, something happens to you and you just, you know, you're not able to pay your account at all, your music will still never be removed from the stores. To me, I think that might be useful if, like, say, you're only releasing 1 or 2 albums every year. Might not be a bad idea, but for me, I release a lot of music. It's not worth it to me. And then you have to select all of these. These are basically just kind of the legal stuff done. And as you can see, that's actually it. So what's gonna happen, as you can see, is basically uploading the album artwork, and then it's basically gonna upload the track. So this takes a little bit. And now that it's done, use some editing magic there. Once it's basically done finishing, you're gonna get this screen next saying, done. That was easy, wasn't it? Of course, yes, it was. And it says when will this thing will be released, as you can see here. It depends. There's so many different factors that go into this, depending on how many people are uploading songs at the same time. It can take longer or shorter, and what's going on. As it says here, iTunes and Apple Music opens happen faster, sometimes same day, actually. I find it takes about a few days, as it says for Spotify. It takes me, I'd say, about 2 to 3 days for the songs to appear. When it comes to iTunes, though, it's usually, depending right now, it depends on what's going on, usually the same day, so it's pretty quick. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to my music, right? Because obviously I just did everything I needed to do. And in the beginning, you notice Tsuguru Shimizen's uploaded right here. It's gonna appear yellow at first. This just means it's processing, as you can see there. And all it basically means is, like, look, they're just making sure that your artwork looks good, your song looks good, everything's kind of packaged in the right way. And then basically they're gonna send it off into stores once it turns green. Basically, it takes about, I say, anywhere from sometimes a couple minutes to sometimes 30 minutes, depending on how backed up they are. Then once everything looks good, it's gonna turn green, and it's gonna be sent to stores.